Hello, trading is closed on November 29th. We said yesterday this was a negative pattern. I expected lower prices to print, which they did right after the open. Today's pattern's also negative, as I'll discuss in a minute. The fact that we closed up 2 and a fraction, almost 3 points, doesn't really change anything. If anything, it reinforces the opinion that this high is going to stick around for some time. During the day, MEJT said early on higher prices would print, but it said the move was a false move and that prices would retrace. The target is this, 2201.45, and the system says that should print most likely by early Thursday. It also said this rally here to new highs of the day was a false move and that prices would retrace, which they did. It isn't good if you hit a low, rally all day long, can't hold on to any of the highs. It really isn't good if you can't even hold on to some of the lows. And if you go back here, this was Thanksgiving week. We had a high here, approached it, and gapped up. This gap up to new highs was rejected immediately. And after 2 days of trading, we can't close over either of these prior highs, which ought to be a sign that this rally here was a false move and this island reversal is going to stick around a while. Now this is a hole in the wall gap, and eventually these things do fill, so I think we're going to beat this high at some point. But let's not forget there's a hole in the wall gap here down in the 2170s, and that has to fill at some point, and that's where I think we're going next. Doesn't have to mean we go there tomorrow. It is possible for the pattern to save itself if you're positive on the market. If we were to gap up tomorrow, overtake this high and preferably all these highs, it would negate this whole pattern. I don't think that's going to happen, but you never know. Tomorrow's pattern tends to hit a low early in the day and then rally into the last hour most of the time. For the greatest confirmation that I'm reading this correctly, I like to see us gap down smartly. I don't always get everything I like, but if we don't do that, would be a bit suspicious of this number printing in its preferred time frame. But in any event, I think this is a negative formation. I think we're going lower. Here's the target, and only gapping up smartly at tomorrow's open would make me think otherwise. And that's today's call.